Why on earth am I showing you a deck from 2019 when it's 2024? Well, the answer is because this deck that won a championship in 2019, a bunch of those pieces just came back into standard in 2024, thanks to Foundations. So we're going to take this championship winning model and build it, and we're going to do it on a budget. Let's go. Welcome to the Attic. ManaDad here. It's the channel where we explore what's fun in Magic, mostly on Arena. On Arena today, budget. I believe if I've counted correctly, we have 10 rares or fewer in this budget blue tempo deck. If you haven't seen blue tempo in action, it is the most annoying deck to play against because it's almost entirely at flash speed. So it's a draw go deck. You just sit back and opponent has to guess whether you're going to counterspell or drop a flash creature or what. So you can jump ahead to the gameplay. I think it's worth watching just to see, how it plays out if you're not familiar with that. But we'll go through the deck for those who want to be familiar with the cards and how this deck plays out. Turn one, first thing you want to do is get down a flyer. So we got 3 Spyglass Sirens and 4 of these Spectral Sailors, which has come in Foundations, and this is flash, so you don't even have to play this. If you don't have that, there's also opt. That will get you through turn 1. Turn 2, the next thing you're hoping to have is something like Combat Research to drop on one of these flyers and then just protect it with a shore up. Now, the original deck used Dive Down, which we do also still have in standard. So if we need more than just shore up, we've also got Dive Down. I think shore up is slightly better. You get the untap ability with it, and you get a little power boost with it instead of the +0, +3. Up to you to decide which one you want to run, but we've got that. We've also in standard got a little bit of interaction into the flood mod, bounce those creatures with all the enchantments on them. If you gift a fish, you can also bounce something that's not a creature that an opponent controls, which is nice. So a ton of stuff we can do just at 1 mana. Then turn 2, keeping the rares down, we got 1 Fairy Mastermind and 1 Malcolm Alerting Scoundrel, because I did want the text on Combat Research. As long as enchanted creature is legendary, it gets +1/+1 and has ward 1 to be relevant. So that works on Malcolm at least. And Malcolm, if you don't remember this one, flash flying, when it deals combat damage, it gets a chorus counter, you draw a discard. Then if there are 4 or more chorus counters on Malcolm, you cast the discarded card without paying its mana cost. But turn 2, we're just holding up a counterspell. We've got a couple Phantom Interferences, a couple Negates, 1 Essence Scatter, which is probably useless against the control decks, but there you go. If they don't play anything into it, we can flash in one of these guys, or we can opt, or what have you. And then by turn 3, hopefully we've got 3 Steps Ahead online. 3 Steps Ahead also has the 3 mana mode where you can draw 2 cards, discard a card. Eventually, we've got a bunch of islands in play. We've got a bunch of counterspells in our hand, hopefully, because we're just drawing tons of cards off these little guys with a Combat Research on them. Then we can drop a Haughty Djinn. Now, we do have in standard Tempest Djinn, which was the original thing in the deck. So you could run that. But I'm thinking Haughty Djinn is just better. We have plenty of spells in the graveyard, and making our spells a little cheaper is nice, especially, so we can drop this on turn 4, hold up 1 blue, and then we have Negate to counter any removal spell opponent might have. 1 Enduring Curiosity for more draw effects. Maybe if you've got the rares, we might want more. This, again, flashes in for 4 mana, so on turn 4, nothing happens. We throw that in. Even if they remove it, it sticks around and it's still useful. And then instant speed at 5 mana, we can even do Flow of Knowledge. Often going to be 4 mana if we have a Haughty Djinn in play, and just draw a crap ton of cards off the islands and hopefully win. 1 Chart a Course, because the original deck had 1 Chart a Course. I'm not sure if we need that. It's sorcery speed. But there it is. Maybe switch that out for another Flood Pits Drowner if you need to stun down opponent's stuff. And that is the deck. It is going to drive opponents crazy, so I hope you enjoy it.
Hey, it's me, Overlord of the Hauntwoods. Actually, haunting and overlording are just my hobbies. My day job is managing the YouTube algorithm. I try to make sure lots of negative, conspiracy-laden clickbait shows up in your feed. Nightmare fuel. Whatever you do, don't like, comment, or elder gods forbid, subscribe to a channel like this one, okay? We don't need your feed filled up with people who genuinely enjoy playing Magic like this so-called ManaDad. He puts deck lists and other useful links in the description. He even shows real win rate stats at the end of the videos. Yikes. Clicking on positive, helpful videos takes away from the time I could be spending haunting woods or putting my friend Writhing Chrysalis into draft boosters. But you don't have to take it from me. 9 out of 10 players who want to unban grief agree. Now let's see. What is your racist uncle clicking on today? He has impeccable taste. Let me send some of those videos your way.
Budget, blue tempo. Still, as I record this, still basically day one. Just maybe starting on day 2. So the meta is not at all settled, but we'll see how this does in the unsettled meta. We don't have a 1-drop, surprisingly, but I'm going to keep it. At turn 2, we'll have Phantom Interference negate. Hard Claw can start doing damage to us, but everything else they do hopefully be negated. Fabled Passage. That means they can't even put the counter on this, which is good. Another Hired Claw, and we can say, nah. Please no. So this is the Lizards deck. I'm wondering if Haughty Djinn can be safely played this next turn, because they don't really have, well, okay, 3 steps ahead. We'll counter whatever they play. And then we can play Haughty Djinn with the shore up protection. The Lizard. Don't buff it up, so they've got something they want to play. Flame Akash Gekyo. No. No Gecko for you. Haughty Djinn. Pass the turn. And Dagwag 0. What do you got? I tried to get my Djinn, but I said no. Yeah, they drop a land. Lion Lasher. Sure. We get a land. Him for 3, I think. Probably into the Flood Maw, this Hired Claw. Combat. Don't want to do the Vine Lasher because they could just play it with Offspring. Okay, I got the Gecko. And they go with the Thoughtstalker Warlock, which removes our counterspell. That's annoying. Alright, we need a draw spell. Shore Up is not a draw spell, but it could let us ambush something next turn. Another Warlock, okay. Would you like to attack my 7/5 opponent? So now we just need a spell. It would. Okay. Now we just need a spell. No! Keep that in hand. Make them worry. Hourglass Mentor. Can hit us for 5. They exile what? No, that's fine. 6. Good game. Playing budget blue tempo. Keep. Let's go with the siren. Turn 1. Got combat research, protection. They go with authority of the consoles, but they're a bit late on that. Let's start drawing cards. Like to hit some lands, please. Pride mate. Yeah, that happens. Yeah, we'll draw that one. Jin Hottie. See if we want to draw what's on top or not. Okay, well, don't get much choice of the matter. Wow. Here comes the flood. I guess we'll hold up Phantom Interference. Almost played combat research there, but I play the flood. A Rabbit Soul Sister. It's Unblessed Healer. I would have preferred to counter the rabbit, but so the question is, do I play Haughty Jin? I guess I can wait and attack and decide. I really want to get another counter spell here. Didn't find it. So we could ambush with the Enduring Curiosity next turn. That would make the Pride Mate... oh, but they enter tapped. So... Alright, well... It is what it is. Linden. What is that in standard now? Okay. I could trade with the Pride Mate. Or no, I can't. Can't even trade with the Pride Mate. Get this off the board, though. I feel like we need a bounce for that. Guess. Might need to hold the Jin back. Draw a bunch of cards. End of turn. Dazzling Angel. Tapped out to do that, so let's counter and draw. Got a discount? Haha! Discard an island, maybe? I don't know if we need all these creatures. They're attacking with Linden? Alright. Go to 4. Negate is not it. Guess every creature we put in, we're going to have to chump with that Jin. So we could pre-combat Enduring Curiosity. Just draw a ton of cards here. Gonna take this Pridemate all the way. Give me a bounce spell for that Pridemate, please. Very Mastermind. Essence Scatter would have been good. I should discard one. I'll discard that, I suppose. Well, we can counter whatever they play, I think, for the most part. I'm going to have to lose my Djinn, though. Yep. Painful. Another Djinn. I think I want to chump with the Curiosity. Do I get to draw every time a creature? Yeah. A lot of triggers. What do we find? Chart a course. 3 steps ahead. Phantom interference. Chart a course. Oh, we don't get the discount though. Whoops. Let's play a Haughty Djinn and get our discount going. Discard 2 cards. Island Djinn, or we might want the Djinns. Island Research. Charming Prince. I could stop that. Suppose I shall. Okay, you forced me to block with Enduring Curiosity. Oh dear, oh dear. And let's get a Sailor in. We're gonna need chump blockers. Yes. Shore Up is interesting. And let's Djinn again. I think we can afford to attack with all but one. We go to 15. We draw a bajillion cards. Blood Pit's Drowner is interesting. That's pretty good. Let's play this before we have to discard. And then we could even play this and just keep that tapped down. I wonder if that... Nah. We'll end the turn. Discard. Rob Havocs. What you got, Mr. Havocs? Sheltered by ghosts. How about if you didn't shelter by ghosts? Oh, I meant to Blood Pit's Drowner there, but okay. And do we need to shore up? No, we don't. We go to 17 though. Oh, there was Into the Flood Maw. Okay. Whew. That's how the deck works, man. I feel bad for opponent, but that's how the deck works. Okay. Going for wins with budget blue tempo. Opponent going first. Never good. Never good. Dalwyn Iron Fist. See if we have a chance. They scamped. They scamped right away. Mountain. They play a 2-drop creature, Restless Lackey. Interesting, okay. And Scrap Chomper. Ooh, is this a goblin deck? Is this a goblin deck? Oh, that's so cute. Well, I think I'll stop this right now. They're already out the gate, though, with 3 goblins before we even can get a counterspell going. Sacrifice an artifact or land. Draw a card. I hope to make a goblin deck video soon. Dire Flail. Yeah. Right. Let's counter it. Maybe they don't have a 1-drop to follow up. Maybe their plan was to equip that with that extra mana. Maybe? Please? Oh my goodness. Alright. A Spectral Sailor we can trade for a Scrap Chomper, I guess, but still not looking great here. We are ahead on lands now. Board Master, you bet your bippy I'm not allowing that. You bet your sweet bippy. What do we hit? Negate. This may be a useless card here. That's the turn. With 3 cards in hand and falls with another Horde Master. About no. Go to 12. That's the turn. How many Horde Masters have they got? Possibly as many as we've got counterspells. Let's opt and see. Spyglass Siren. Guess we'll save that. Possibly make it a 2/2. Okay. Swiftfoot Boots. Stop it. Lord Master, okay. Wow, glad I held up the counterspell mana. I almost just did the map thing. Okay, they know I'm liable to trade here. Combat Research. Let's see if we can turn this around at 9 life. Draw another Siren. I was supposed to chart a course first. Okay. The way is open. If opponent has 4 Horde Masters, then congrats to them. No, just coming in with the first striker, no blocks. And we do play the boots. Alright. Actually, let's see if that's going to be what we want to draw. Okay. All lands all the time. Draw me some good cards. Opt and opt. Interesting. Uh-oh, they hit their third land. Gleeful Demolition. Okay. I'm hoping they don't have an attack here. They clearly got some kind of instant speed something. It might be the thing that gives +2/+0 or makes 2 goblins. So we need to find a counter spell quite quickly. Let's stop on the upkeep. Oh, what? It didn't stop on the upkeep. Yeah, we're mostly dead. I think we need the counter spell. If we can't allow them. Yeah, we're just all in on finding a counter spell. This as many draws as possible here. Oh my goodness, land. During Curiosity, no. We want a counterspell. Blow of Knowledge for only 3 mana is a good deal. But that's not a counterspell. We've got Malcolm. But if they've got the +2/+0, I think they've just won here. And if they don't got it, we win. So what's it gonna be? Oh, they don't got it! Take that, Gobelinos. Ranking up. I guess a good question might be whether we should be playing Abhorrent Oculus at the top end instead of our Jin. So we've got one land, one keep.
There should be no risk management. Study risk taking, not risk management.
Risky business.
So if they don't remove the Siren, we've got a couple shots at hitting the land. If they do remove the Siren, I think we'll just scoop and move on. We'll play the combat research on it. Or we could try to map token. Okay, so they're in white. Let's try to map token. No. Gremlin Tamer. Well, now we hit the land. Let's see. If they try to do the removal thing on it, we could shore up. That's, I guess, what we got to hope. Combat research on their guy. Less good. Alright, let's see. we trick them. Put an ethereal armor on that, but that's fine. We have a couple bounce spells somewhere in this deck. The question is definitely attacking. Am I going to want to chart a course here or just hold up 3 steps ahead? I think I'm holding up 3 steps ahead. They hit their 3rd land. Combat research on that. Let's negate that. Might have been trying to fake us out. Ossification, yeah. Okay, so they're going to get our guy. It's a 2-for-1, but we can make a new guy. No blocks. Big 3. Flow of knowledge, not great. I believe we want to keep hitting our land drops, so let's chart a course. Oof.
No! The snake is eating my hand!
In other words, how long of a screw is necessary?
Screwed.
Okay, well, we know the Sheltered by Ghosts is coming next turn. Can they flip this? Sitting it for 3. Okay, that's lucky. Alright, they might have protection. Guess we're just doing this and hoping for the best. MTG tracker, okay. Okay. 7. Are they going to try to flip Invasion of Theros? They really want to flip that. Lifelink Indestructible. And they're going to draw cards off every enchantment. We could Flood Pit's Drowner it. I think we got flyers. Essentially, it's a high risk, high reward strategy here. Ooh, another Honey Pin. Tempted to Flow of Knowledge, but let's just fly in. Sheltered by Ghosts first thing, I think. Wonder. That's going to grow that by 4 and give it lifelink. Maybe we're better off just countering that. They go for ethereal armor there. And then I guess if their last card is the protection spell, we're a little bit screwed, but they can hit us for 11. No blocks. Oh, they did get a flash spell. They're GGing though. And attack you. Whew! Just pulled it out. Wow. Okay. Budget blue tempo. Up against trucks. Keep. Fuck. Fairy Dream Thief. Surveils. Pass the turn. Pictures Foundry. Deep Cavern Bat is annoying. They should have waited to do the opt. Let them take the opt. Oh well. Now they can take into the Flood Maw. That's the turn. We gotta be patient, gotta be patient. Not gonna lose that quickly here. Oof. Okay. Lord Skitter is annoying, and we don't have any way to stop that. Fairy Mastermind, I guess we'll draw that. It's just gonna start eating our graveyard. Enduring Curiosity could be good at some point. Let's see if we have to give us anything we need to counter. They're firing up the factory. Guess I'll trade the Mastermind. With the Flood. Could set him back a turn. On land drops. Or set him back a turn on Lord Skitter. Kind of want Skitter to attack so I can flash in the Curiosity. Now they may have removal. Instant speed removal. Yeah. This is not a good deck to be on the play against, or on the draw against. Really haven't drawn what we need to stabilize. Yeah, looks like they have another instant speed removal spell. All right. So it goes. Okay, here is your proof. 80% win rate. Went 4-1 with this deck. I think, and this deck could be even improved, which we can talk about, but only 33 minutes. Sometimes these games go a little bit longer because you're draw go and you're kind of in a mind battle with opponents. But this could be a pretty decent deck for ranking up, considering its budget. It wins a lot, and it wins quickly. That's about all you can ask from a deck. Combat Researchers were good. Into the Flood Maw, I think we wished we had more of those, potentially. The Ops is interesting. It definitely means we can run fewer lands. I don't think Flow of Knowledge is a necessity, although I think we did want more card draw. The question is maybe take out Charter Course and put in Quick Study, which is 3 mana, instant speed, draw 2 cards. But again, it's something to do when nothing happens. Brineborn Cutthroat is interesting as another threat that kind of grows throughout the game and becomes a must answer. But I don't know if we put that in. And I wouldn't main deck Disdainful Stroke in best of 1, because there's plenty of decks that don't even have 4 CMC spells. But otherwise, yeah, Phantom Interference, maybe you could go up to 4 of those. The Shore Ups, I didn't regret having 4 of those, at least in this thing. Essence Scatter was useful when we had it. Negate was useful when we had it. So you could go a 2 and 2 on that, depending on what we're seeing in the meta. The Haughty Djinns were great. Yeah, it's not a complicated deck in terms of the deck list. Malcolm and Flood Pits, again, actually, Flood Pits was pretty good. Could go up more Flood Pits. Maybe you don't need Fairy Mastermind or Malcolm, especially if you're trimming down rares. Just throw in Flood Pits instead of these two and see how it goes, because Flood Pits is also interaction with the ability to shuffle the creature back. And then, I don't know, maybe if there's another spell that puts a stun counter, that's kind of cheap. There'd be something to consider. Anyways, thanks for joining me here in the attic. Hope you enjoyed it. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, all that good stuff if you did. And now check out some other fun videos like the Mono Red Burn deck that just got enabled by Foundations. You might enjoy that. Adios.